Puts it in front of Smurf. Smurf going to try to dribble it away from his own end, but it's a nice challenge by Snoop in the offensive side. He's going to work on getting boost and does so. Nice boost starve tactic by the Tyrants as they continue to mount pressure into the Wizards' side. Double commit towards that ball. Smurf responsible for the clear, and he gets it taken away again. The possession play real good from the Tyrants so far.
Right until you said that, though, the Tyrants aggressively playing out of the offensive corner. They give the Wizards some breathing room as Kaito leaving the ball for the Wizards to come on to. Now they're defending here. The Wizards just looking for their opportunity. It comes, but goes away just as easily as the Tyrants finally reset their rotations.
First time the Wizards have any kind of sustained pressure in game one. This will be a carry attempt, looking to get it down into the middle. Maybe a little bit of misguided carry as Justuck will take it back at half field. Shot on net. Kaito can't get there, and the Wizards strike first a minute and a half in.
Unfortunately, Snoop with an awkward touch here. Kaito not able to get around to this one. A little bit late, kind of backwards as well. Leaves the open net for Justuck to thread that one through. First blood to the Wizards here in game one.
Chance for the Wizards to maybe add one more on. Smurf in his own end. Turns at it, has Kaito coming at him. Snoop off the corner. It'll drop down off the intersection. Good play into the middle. That's a chance in front towards goalmouth, and Smurf with the pinch up against the post. Keeps their sheet clean for the time being. Back to midfield. Kaito. Towards the sidewall. Up off the nose. Takes the ball with him, looking for a touch in front. It's a goal for Snoop, and they tie the game up at 1 goal apiece.
It's an important goal for the Tyrants here as Justuck leaves a little bit too much space for Kaito to pick that up on the sideboard. Smurf has to take a direct line to it. Can't really rotate the car around to try and make the save. Snoop with the finish, and the Tyrants keep this one close.
4 shots on net so far for the Tyrants. They finally make one count to get this game even. Snoop on the kick, has a little bit of space, but it's taken away. Wizards trying to get control of the ball. They'll have that. That's off the top of the car. Not a lot to that. Snoop will take possession and then take the business end of a demo. He'll have to wait 3 seconds to play again as the ball is deep in the Wizards' territory. Right wing side for the Tyrants on offense. Snoop back to midfield. Tuck gets past one. Snoop back to midfield. Good job getting around one Wizard. He's got one lurking in the middle, but not in front of Kaito. Good play from Kaito, but a better challenge coming out from Smurf, and back the other way come the Wiz. Immediate takeaway here. Good pressure so far by the Tyrants. Pass into the middle, and Smurf with a nice clear. Good booming clear. Gets it deep downfield, at least over midfield. And finally, the Wizards can take control for at least the moment.
A lot of the Tyrants' strength right now coming through the individual mechanical play of Snoop. There's been a couple of touches that they've been able to get the ball around what seemed to be a pretty routine, mundane challenge for the Wizards. And I really need to see a little bit more out of him with generating offensive chances, though, because those touches, while they get into space, the Wizards' rotation right now very solid, not giving up a lot in terms of gilt-edged chances to the Tyrants.
Good work on the carry over midfield, but it puts the Wizards in a tough defensive spot. Real nice play, though, by Justuck to get it deep into the Tyrants' end. He'll give chase. Has to put it in one spot. Snoop trying to make contact. Kaito in his own corner has to try to dive for this. He will. Get it back out right wing side. Smurf gets contact, but a nice challenge by Snoop will get it pinched out towards midfield. Kaito looking for a bit of a doink there for Snoop, but Snoop has to chase it in his own corner once more. Wizard with another attack in the offensive end. Smurf keeps it on the nose. One more touch. Has it out into the middle, but Justuck way back. Nothing doing there. This might be nasty. Chance for it to come down. Kaito can't put it on net. That's a missed opportunity. Still remains 1-1. Long play the other way, and the demo is going to create a Smurf goal. 2-1 Wizards with 57 to go.
The Galaxy Brain play by Tuck after the attack on the backboard goes all the way to the Tyrants and comes back at midfield to take out the one defender for the Tyrants, and the Wizards with a lead now inside the final minute of play.
It's blocked from the back. That's tough. Wizards trying to add one more. Nearly did off the kick. Justuck still there. Misses contact as he goes into the offensive corner. Tyrants have 49 seconds left to do something here to get this game tied. Mind game attempt from Snoop. Snoop with the flick towards the net. It's going to be wide of the left post. Still there for Kaito. Snoop there again. Contact over one, but not over two. It's taken in by Smurf, but a great challenge by Kaito. Will reverse field. Tyrants pass into the middle from Kato, looking for Snoop. Nice touch. Smurf gets it deep and away. 25 ticks left, and the Tyrants are chasing in their own side once more, where they're responsible for a clear they will get eventually.
Snoop's individual skill on display again. Another great mind game by Snoop to try and open that up. Got Jestuck to bite on the challenge, but unfortunately for the Tyrants, the Wizards, with that rotational coverage, Smurf able to get it away. Final seconds ticking down here on game one for the Tyrants.
Up the corner wall. Tyrants do have it in the air for the time being, and they can't keep it up. The Wizards are going to take game one. Final count 2-1. They get through and get the clutch 1-goal win.
Well, first strike on the board for the Wizards here in their bid to double upset the Volcanic champions in 2 separate leagues here. And you have to say that this one wasn't a particularly convincing game from either team, Curtis. It was a lot of Tyrants offense, but it really wasn't productive Tyrants offense. 7 shots, only 3 saves required out of the Wizards to get them through that game.
Yeah, that was it was tough. It was really nail-biting the entire way. I imagine both teams in their respective VCs and in their respective locker rooms are definitely clutching something really, really hard right now, especially in a tight 1-goal game where there's not a lot of scores. Every touch means something in games of this magnitude, Jay. We know that more than most as far as MLE history is concerned.
Absolutely. And you look at the way that the Wizards got their goals. There were 2 individual plays that weren't really assisted, although you got to give Jestuck credit for the demo on Smurf's goal. Without that demo, that is probably a routine save for the Tyrants. So while not credited with the assist on the stat line, you and I both know, having watched that play, that that doesn't happen without Jestuck's influence.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's an easy control play out going back the other way if not for him. But game 2 on the horizon. We're just about getting them set and ready to get in, and the Wizards find themselves down a game, or up a game in this best of 5 as the Tyrants on their back heels a little bit. Being the higher seed, one would say more pressure is on them to get things done. This will be a chance for Jestuck on the flick. It goes off the crossbar and away. Snoop with the save, putting it up against it, and the Tyrants have control back the other side. 10 seconds in, and already one glorious scoring chance gone away due to great goaltending in the defensive end. Jestuck has control for a moment, taken away by Kato. Off the back wall. Kato waits. Touched up the sidewall. Smurf trying for the carry, gets more of his body in front of the ball to stop it from being pinched back the other way, keeping it in the Tyrants' corner. Kato, off the Wizards' back wall. Good touch defensively on the read from Smurf. Snoop will wait. Waits one more. Has the bounce, has it on top. Good octane flick, but it does not go the way he needs. Jestuck looking for a play back to midfield. He'll get one, and the Tyrants have to give chase. Oh, that's a problem. Right in front, Kato with a real good bump on Smurf, knocks that ball out of his possession and keeps the sheet clean for the time being.
A little bit squirrely for both teams here is a couple of individual plays, a couple of really good chances, although that demo by Tuck on Snoop again in the backfield. Snoop spawns in a good spot there as Smurf can only dump the ball in long, grab the boost, and try to maintain pressure. Look for a lot of these individual plays with these Premier League players. You can see the mechanical skill, but you can also see the Rocket League intelligence out of some of them. The decision to go, to not go, to feign a challenge, to turn away when it looks like you could just dive in and force a player to dump the ball long into the waiting possession of your teammate. Those kind of things are so subtle. They don't get tracked really on the stats, but they're so crucial to success, especially in this kind of arena.
Wizards trying to give chase in their own end. Watch the boost management of the Wizards so far. They've come really close to having not a lot of boost in very clutch situations like right here. Smurf in a tough spot with not a lot in the canister, and he will be able to get it out, at least for the time being. Chance for Snoop. That's off the nose. Tyrants have the offense going back the other way. It's going to be off the blue corner. Chance in front, and it's going to be across goal mouth, but Jestuck there to get it well away from their own goal. Scoreless as we approach halftime in game number 2. Every touch starting to get bigger and bigger in the grand scheme of things, as one mistake may be all that decides this. This will be a carry. Trying for a flip reset is going to be Snoop. Not going to be able to get it, and the Wizards have it going back the other way for the time being.
Well, that clear is so crucial for the Wizards right now as it finally breaks the Tyrants' boost management in their side. With that rotation by Kato right in front, Smurf's there. Kato gets the touches. Snoop retreating. There was a bump between Tyrants' teammates in that corner, and almost disaster for them here, chasing the series after losing game 1.
That's going to be up the sidewall. Chance for the Wizards to take control now. Smurf back the other way. off the nose. That's going to careen hard off the corner and taken right by Kato as he'll take it up the sidewall himself and work for a carry. Has 5 touches off the nose towards the net, and the Wizards defend it well. Still going to drop in front, and eventually Smurf gets the clear. Minute 55 to go. Good catch and release by the Tyrants, but it goes back towards their own net. Kato has the ball in his possession, and he'll boom it downfield. 1:45 to go, closing in on our last 100 seconds of game number 2, and still a scoreless game no longer is Kato from midfield. Puts that one home, it's 1-0.
Galaxy Brain plays by Snoop, recognizes where Kato is on the field, knows the Wizards are looking for that mistake off the backboard, finds the teammate in transition, open cage to work with Tyrants with the lead in game 2.
Great work with our last 100 seconds on the board. The Tyrants are up 1, trying to tie this series up. They may be up 2, and they will. The Plinko ball off the sidewall from Snoop, and he makes no mistake. It's a 2-0 game.
Boost is such a crush here as Smurf gets pulled out of position trying to track the ball, doesn't respect the mechanical skill out of Snoop to get up with 24 boost in the tank to get that tipped goalward.
Here we go. 2-0 lead, 96 seconds on the clock. Wizards trying to get one back here. Just tuck off the back, looking for a play in front from Smurf, and he's not going to be able to get there in time, but they'll keep the possession here for the time being. Grabbing boost, getting it over 1 though is the Tyrants, and Smurf will have to recover with the catch and attempted dribble out of his own half. Tuck gets over 1 again. That's going to drop right wing side. Good possession play by the Tyrants to try to kill more time off of that clock as we're down to 70 seconds. This will be a chance off the sidewall. Wizards have the 2v1 if they play this one smart. This will be hard off the corner. Drop down, but a great defensive play by Snoop with a double touch that gets him back to the sidewall and into the Wizards blue. 54 left. Taken away by Kato. Touched by Kato again. Snoop coming in, looking for a play in front. That's going to be hard off the corner. The weird bounce plays off the scoreboard up top. Kato drops it down. Wizards need a smart clear, and they'll get one. Smurf with a second touch has a chance. It's going to go up and over Just Tuck as it touches the top of his car, trying to catch the angle, and the flip reset is Snoop. Couldn't finish the job, and with 36 left, still down 2. Tyrants need to score soon.
The Wizards actually needing to score soon. The Tyrants are content to run this clock out here as Just Tuck put in a tough spot by Snoop. That's a follow-up by Kato. Cleanup crew on deck, and it's a 3-0 game.
That's more possession and more organized chaos caused by the Tyrants as that ball just lost in the slot as Kato comes in to finishes the job that Snoop started. Great work. 16 seconds to go, and the Tyrants look to have game 2 all wrapped up.
We got ourselves a series after what was a very narrowly contested game number 1 here. The Tyrants got themselves in front after what seemed to be a chess match there. Big save by Kato as well to keep the clean sheet. That first half of this game really felt like another feeling out process after what was a very tight first game. That ball hits turf, and the Tyrants give us a series. They tie it up at 1-1.
Seems like they needed a game to get warmed up. They finally got warmed up and were able to just buckle down defensively and keep the Wizards in their own half for a majority of that time, Jay.
And again, we talked about in the preamble Snoop's ability to kind of neutralize offensive player or opponent players here. No bigger influence on this one by keeping the Wizards off the boards, limiting them to just 2 saves and 5 shots. Equal number of points too. Tuck and Smurf, 268 score generated in that one there, as this one, once it got past the chess match stage, was all Tyrants all the way through.
Yeah, and we were talking about the offensive dominance the Wizards players have shown with their above 6 MVPR for the season, and the Tyrants did a really nice job of neutralizing their efforts and just keep playing keep away for the last half of that game. That was clutch. I don't expect them to be able to continue that effort. I think the Wizards will probably break through at some point, but it's a matter of weathering that storm.
I think a lot of it's going to come down to the boost management for both teams. When you get that sustained pressure in the offensive corners, whoever's winning the fight for those corner boosts is usually the one that comes out on top. And for the big stretches of that game, it was the Tyrants in that blue end for the Wizards, really controlling both the midfield boosts and the offensive corner boosts. And then when the Wizards finally had an opening to actually clear the ball, they couldn't really follow it up because there wasn't boost to be had in transition.
Well, we are ready to go. We now turn this to a best of 3. It's a 1-1 series for the right to move on to the semifinals next weekend. This will be hard off the back of the Tyrants scoreboard, but the Wizards looking to start the offense ready early and often in this game 3 to get themselves back on track. This is hard off the back wall. Chance in front. Snoop going to try to attack this. It's top of the box right now. Kato in a good spot to try to keep it away, but the Wizards have the advantage. It's going to go up the ramp and hit the post, and the Tyrants have the clear, and that's an opportunity gone by for the WizKids.
Well, might not be gone yet
way.
as Tuck is able to slip that one home. No pressure by the Tyrants on that loose ball by Snoop.
Wow, what a play. Just Tuck comes in, keeps the possession himself, and just needs one touch to get it over the last defender, and just decides to do it himself. No need to introduce the second party into that, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Wizards.
Kato unfortunately caught at the near post on that one. The Tyrants, I think they'll want that one back here because with how tight the series has been, that goal could very well be the difference.
It's going to be off the sidewall in the Wizards' end. It'll eventually hit the ground, does not get the roll off the ramp that I think he was hoping for there. Snoop in a good spot, try to force the issue and make the Wizards come to him. Off the sidewall, Kato might have another shot here right off the top. Snoop in the area, but it's taken away by the Wizards. Dribble attempt by Smurf is stopped at the midfield stripe. Kato back to the sidewall. He's going to be up the corner. Looking for a play in front. That's knocked away by Smurf. Snoop, shot towards the net. That's right in front. Kato on net, and that's going to be a save by Justook, who gets there right in the nick of time to take it aside. 3:45 to go.
That was a huge save by Tuck there, as now the pressure's still on for the Tyrants as Kato and Snoop both forced into defensive touches there. But on that last offensive push for the Tyrants, a great job starving out the Wizards. As Demo, what a touch by Snoop! Opens it up for Kato, and that's in the cage. 3:30 to go. The Tyrants tie it up.
That's one of the best assists we've seen in the playoffs so far. This touch right here, so awkward, off his trunk, completely baiting the defender to come attack him, and sets it up right on the doorstep for Kato, who deposits it in the empty net. Huge tying goal in a 1-1 game.
Again, we talk about Snoop and the Rocket League IQ of this player. That touch pretty much going beyond Galaxy Brain to Universe Brain at that point.
This will be Smurf in his own corner. Still drop top of the box. That might float home, and it will. Snoop gives the Tyrants a 2-1 lead.
Well, the Wizards, unfortunately, off their backboard. It's a good touch by Snoop, but Tuck is chasing that play. No respect for Snoop's ability to get to that. The Wizards flounder at it on the goal line, and the Tyrants, just like that, snap their fingers and put themselves up by 2-1.
Minute 44 into gameplay in this game 3. Series tied up at 1 apiece, but the Wizards down by 1, looking to try to get it back, and they will. It'll be Smurf from the parking lot, making it deuces wild.
Off the kickoff, Snoop really diving in on that one there. Smurf does a little bit of a 180, finds the opening as Kato's looking for boost on the far side. It's exactly what you expect after a scramble kickoff like that. The Wizards take advantage on target. It's a tie game.
A little over 3 minutes left in game number 3, and we're no closer to choosing a winner in the series or in this game. Tuck goes across to Smurf, wall to wall, side to side. It's a 2v1. Snoop in a tough spot with no boost, and he's going to pay the price. The Wizards come back with 2-1 answer to take the lead.
That is a big swing there. As again off the kickoff, it's a little bit awkward for the Tyrants. They never get the rotation sorted out to try and get back, and the Wizards pick that one up on midfield. This is a fantastic touch by Smurf to lob that one into space for Tuck to line up on the angle, and the Wizards here, 2 unanswered to restore the 1-goal lead.
Fake kickoff for the Wizards on that one. Kato takes the bait and puts it down deep into the Wizards' end. It's a 1v2 for the Wizards in the Tyrants' side pass into the middle, and Snoop will take control up the sidewall. Good pinch play, though. Taken in by Just Tuck. Knocked away from him. Kato gets it removed from his possession, but now Snoop in a good spot. But then again, the Wizards, again, super quick to the ball at the moment in contestable areas. They take another one there. It's still 3-2. We're just past halftime in game number 3. This is going to be off the corner. Top of the box for Kato, and he makes no mistake. Give the Tyrants a goal and tie it back up at 3s.
Snoop again with a massive dunk, beats both Wizards players there as Tuck inexplicably coming through on the rotation as well. Desperation for the Wizards there. It stays open. Kato picking up the pieces again to keep the Tyrants in this game.
Just over halfway done in game number 3. Tuck is going to lose this kickoff right to Snoop. Snoop is going to take this one off the spoiler. Chance for Kato to jump in is backwards, so he'll have contact, but not great contact. That's hard off the back, and that's Smurf going to be able to put that off the wheels and into the back of the net. It's a 4-3 game.
Big dunk by Tuck, but Snoop really awkward touch rotating through. Both of the Tyrants caught there in rotation. The Wizards, the transition game for them working out well, both off kickoffs and off of that scramble there as they respond back to restore the lead.
There was no way that the defenses were going to be able to hold off both of these offenses the way these two teams are built. The Wizards are going to add one more and give themselves a 2-goal cushion.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for the Tyrants there as Kato misses boost, and I feel that. I feel that hard on a spiritual level because I've done that so many times, and the number of times that it's been rough, it feels, man.
Man, oh man, 5-3 game, 8 goals combined for this game number 3. And Jay, you had a feeling a shootout like this was going to be on the horizon at some point in this series once the chains had been taken off. And Tyrants are going to come back with one of their own as Kato from his own side makes it a 1-goal deficit.
Snoop does a great job working in the tough areas there, beats both Wizards players again, grinding that ball out of that scrum to open it up for Kato, who doesn't have anything but wide open space to work with.
5-4. It's 9 combined goals. Snoop may have another one here. That's going to be hard off the bat. Kato has possession. Puts it hard up off the intersection, eventually tries to come down on top of it. That's not going to go. Now Smurf in a 1v1 against Snoop. Snoop is backwards, needs to try to turn himself, and does with a nasty save coming out of the back of his net. Keeps it away from the goal line.
I talked about the mechanical skill of Snoop right from game 1 here. The Rocket League IQ on an absolute another level with that save.
This is going to be deep for Kato. Touched off the nose of Tuck. Tuck will wait. He has the space, realizes it, tries the mind game, gets it up and around 1. Now tries to get it up and around Snoop. That's not going to happen. It'll be Smurf in a 2v1 on defense for the Wizards, and he wins the challenge as he's going to get this back. Now he might have a runner back the other way. Tuck is going to take it, put it towards the net. It's going to roll up the ramp but not find its way in, and the Tyrants have a clear with 60 ticks to go.
Man, the Wizards there, they just missed that chance to put it away as the Tyrants gambling on the bump play in front by Kato didn't come off for them, and then scrambling back in defense, they get let off by the Wizards' inability to hit the cage there.
That's going to be a play for Smurf. Smurf going to have possession for the moment. It's bounced off of him, but they do take possession for the time being. Touched off the nose of Snoop. Smurf in a tough spot. Has it up the back wall. Going to try to give this a follow towards the side. Kato with the pinch up the back wall, or up the side wall. Back the other way come the Wizards. They have a 1-goal advantage with 22 seconds left. Kato realizes the time is of the essence for the Tyrants to try to take a lead in this series. That's in front towards the cage. It's Just Tuck who might seal away game 3.
Unfortunately for the Tyrants, this hesitation by Kato to pull the ball out just ran right straight into the challenge by Smurf. Snoop can't really do anything about that as it's returned to sender by Just Tuck, and the Wizards' 2-goal lead 15 seconds ago, game 3 within their grasp.
15 ticks in a 2-goal deficit. Snoop is there. Gonna fall on top of it. Might not be anything to go on here as this is gonna be bombed back downfield. The Wizards are gonna walk away with a game 3 win, and they have the Tyrants on match point as Smurf puts the nail in the coffin to make it a 3-goal deficit with 0 seconds.
And that is pretty much the sum of it up there as the pressure from the Wizards, a little bit too much to overcome as they get themselves in front on the series here. A little bit of adversity, I think, for the Tyrants there for all of the pressure that they were putting on that one there. It just in the middle of there, I think it was after the moment when Kato missed the boost on the kickoff there, started talking about a little bit of difficulty with the connection to the server. So we're going to go ahead and get that lobby reset momentarily. But I mean, part of the thing about Rocket League is you got to try and find a way to fight through that adversity, find a way to clutch it out. And unfortunately for the Tyrants there, it just wasn't to be, as the Wizards were able to do a little bit more with what they had on that one.
Yeah, a lot of fun had by both of these teams. A lot of fun had by us in the booth. If you guys are just joining us, Curtis and Enema Jay with you for Series 4 of 5 on the main stream for the MLE Season 10 playoffs. It's the first weekend, the quarterfinals. We've already seen some absolute bangers as far as series. We saw the Dodgers and the Bulls earlier in the Champions League, and that was probably one of the top 5 all-time in MLE lore through 10 seasons. That was a classic that went down to a Game 5 overtime. A lot of love for both those rosters as they really brought it the entirety of that series. But all the teams have brought it the entire day. It's been an absolute classic day of MLE playoff action, and it looks to continue here today.
Absolutely, and this one seemingly in the making for another bit of upset, as well as the Tyrants have had 2 opportunities today to be to live up to their top seed and to hang on to things. And the Wizards coming in twice on the lower seed here. They knocked off the Academy League Tyrants earlier today in a pretty good match as well on the B stream. And it seems like a little bit of that magic wearing off on the Premier League team.
Yeah, we'll see if that's indeed what is going to happen, but there's a lot of really good Rocket League left. We have another, 3 weekends of Rocket League for the for MLE season number 10. We've got the semis, the conference finals, and then the grand finals in 3 consecutive weekends. So a lot of really good Rocket League coming up. If you guys are new to the MLE, definitely get in. You can go from couch to field yourself. Get over to mlesports.gg, fill out the application, and you could be one to join the field for your favorite franchise, whatever you like the logo for, or wherever you get drafted, whatever the case is. Should be a lot of fun for everyone in this particular non-toxic space. So about to get game number 4 underway here in just a moment. The Wizards own a 2-1 advantage over the Tyrants, and game 4 on the horizon as these 4 players are on the field ready to go.
Absolutely, and remember, folks, Wizards now on match point here, trying to put the Tyrants away for a second straight series here in MLE. Their Academy League team doing it earlier against a lot of odds. We'll see if the Premier League team has anything to say about that.
Snoop is going to try to get the first strike on the board. Smurf waiting patiently, get the ball in frame, gets there in the nick of time to take that opportunity away. He'll have one off the nose, taking it into the Tyrants' corner. Chance for Kato. Just Tuck, hard off the back. Going to be waiting for a turn in. Kato with the touch back to midfield. It will go. Tyrants with a clear, putting it in an uncomfortable spot. And the Tyrants right there off the top of the box, and it's going to be Snoop, who's nowhere to be found. He's back for boost. And now it's the Wizards back the other way. And a 2v1, great demo, but the angle not there. Still a chance, and it's going to find its way home on one of the more awkward bounces you're going to see. It's 1-0 Wizards.
What a demo by Smurf. Goes right in front, and then Tuck bumps Kato into that play, hits Smurf, dives on the goal line, and Smurf gets up to clear it. You won't see many more awkward than that, but it's an important goal for the Wizards. They strike first in game 4.
47 seconds into game number 4. The Wizards have enough goals to win at this point. Tyrants need one to try to get themselves back even. That'll be a flick towards the Tyrants' net. Kato has it in the corner. Off the ceiling, that'll eventually come down wall to wall, side to side in the Tyrants' end. Wizards trying to force the issue. Tuck trying to mind game. Not going to get it around Snoop. Snoop off the sidewall. Pass down to him. He's going to take it. He has enough boost to follow it up potentially. Nope, he is actually pretty close to out, and he's going to have to regroup. That's going to be an empty net after the demo, and Kato gets the tying goal after a nasty bit of physical play.
Just Tuck lunging out at that, inexplicably misses as well, and then Kato, insult to injury, demo Smurf on the way through, picks it up at the far post, cleaning up that mess that they started. Tyrants tie game.
Minute 19 in to game 4. Game the Tyrants absolutely must have. Kato up his own side, up the Wizards sidewall. Takes it himself towards the net, has the angle and forces it in. It's a 2-1 lead for the Tyrants with 2 unanswered.
Kato coming up huge here, picks up position, waits for Tuck to turn, then a little chip, lines it up there. Smurf dives to get across and can't cut it down. The Dominus not tall enough to cut down that angle. Kato pulls 2 through to put the Tyrants in front.
And don't look now, the Tyrants are starting to wake up here. Just Tuck loses the kick. It's a 2v1 the other way. Kato with the flick up top for Snoop. Snoop waits. He's going to have to try to play defense backwards here in a great turn to take himself, or put himself in position to clear that one away. Back to midfield. Smurf, takeaway, big demo. It's a 2v1 Wizards against the empty net. It's going to find its way home. Deuces wild with 3:14 to go.
Big physical plays by both teams here as Tuck again, an offensive boost grab, takes out the player in the backfield. It's Snoop for the Tyrants that gets blown up and waits 3 seconds to try and play again. Those 3 seconds, not enough for the Tyrants to get back and defend that one. And we're back all square here.
146 in. Just Tuck with an empty net is going to add 1 more to the total. 5 combined goals with less than 2 minutes gone.
Second straight kickoff where all 4 players go for it. This time Snoop dives out to the side. Not sure if that might have rubber banded on their screen, but Tuck keeps the nerve, puts it in the open cage. 2 unanswered for the Wizards.
3-2 game. Tyrants find themselves in a familiar spot, down a goal. Trying to get themselves back into this. Kato out of boost now. Just Tuck puts it deep into the Tyrants, and Snoop is in a tough spot, needs to get a touch off the nose. That was nearly dark. Smurf towards the net, up above the crossbar is going to be the Tyrants, and they'll take it away. Clear coming in from Kato as he'll take possession for the time being. Hard off the back, though. Good challenge. Just Tuck gets it past one, but it's a tough momentum play and can't quite angle it at the net, and the Tyrants will survive this opportunity. Gone for at least the time being. Wizards still trying to force the issue, dropping it down in front, but again, Snoop in the right place, right time. Positioning been a key for him.
Boost management critical for the Wizards right now, though, as they get all of that offensive boost out of the Tyrants, and Snoop trying to get the clear, missed the corner boots as well, gave the Wizards a chance to pull this one back under their control here, though. Tuck losing out to that mid. This might open up things for the Tyrants as they go for the 2-on-1. Snoop, though, puts it wide away from Kato, gets the demo on the way through, but Smurf with control.
This will be a chance for the Wizards to get it out of their own end, but it's taken away by the Tyrants. Good bump towards the goal line. Smurf in a tough spot in a 1v1. Has Snoop at his mercy towards the net. Smurf with a chance to turn it in front, and eventually it'll go across goalward, and nowhere close to crossing the goal line at the time being. Chance for Kato. Takes the catch. Up the sidewall he goes. Gets it off the nose. Going to try to follow this. Taken away by the Wizards. Smurf back across midfield, chance towards the net. Good challenge near the midfield stripe from Snoop, and Kato will wait towards the net as Snoop comes across to put it laterally towards the left wall. Minute 34 to go. In a 3-2 game, Tyrants trying to get back on level terms. This is a chance towards the net, crossbar and away as Just Tuck got a great save on it for future save as well as he puts it into the corner. Chance for the Wizards. That's an angled shot. Nearly had it, just a little bit too tall for the crossbar. Tyrants. That is Tuck. Coming down in Wizards territory. Kato towards the net. That's a chance in front. Snoop in the area. Tries to turn on it, but he's not going to get there in time. Still a chance for the Tyrants as they try to keep possession. Off the nose. Looking for the carry. It's not going to go, and Smurf has the clear with 50 seconds to go.
Two huge chances for the Tyrants to tie the game and put a pin in those ones if it doesn't come through.
Kato!
Tuck, bump. Kato on the line scores! Tyrants tie the game with 44 to go!
Huge goal as Snoop baits out the last defender. Just Tuck goes for the ball and gets a whole bunch of Snoop instead. Checking out Kato on the doorstep to tie the game up, and we are back square with 44 ticks left in what could be the Tyrants season.
Massive goal for the Tyrants as all that pressure finally comes to the head for the Wizards, and now we get to see what both these teams are made of.
Chant in front of the Tyrants net. Snoop going to get it back to midfield. Looking to try to jump in front of Smurf here. That's off the sidewall. Good doink. Is going to keep it in the Tyrants' end. One more touch. Midfield. That's off the crossbar and down. The defensive touch is gorgeous from Snoop, and he gets it just in the nick of time. 20 ticks left. Wizards trying to get themselves into the next round. The flip reset, the bounce. Oh, what a save by Snoop, and he gets it away. Back into the corner they go. Wizards trying to set it up in front of the net. Snoop trying to get it away as far as he can. Kato with a long clear. Back deep into the Wizards' corner, and that is likely going to kill the rest of the time. They have to keep it up if they plan on trying to make things happen. This is in front. That's a clear by the Tyrants back to midfield. The catch coming in, shot towards the net, save again from Kato. Back to the sidewall they go, and finally, mercifully, it touches the ground for a small breather.
Take a deep breath, everybody. Grab onto the edge of your seats because off this kickoff might be it as Just Tuck picks it up. Snoop shadowing, can't get the power on it. What a touch by Snoop. That's another huge save to keep the Tyrants in this one.
His mechanics has let the Tyrants survive to this point. Chance on a mind game. Working it into the middle. Kato commits, shot on net. It's going to hit the post and roll away. Now it's the Wizards back the other way into the Tyrants' corner, and both Tyrants set up defensively. Left wing side. Wizards take possession. Kato down into the Tyrants' corner it goes. Smurf is trying to force the issue. Off the nose. Into that corner off the arrow. Chance for Snoop off the demo. It's a 2v1. Good spawn coming in as Just Tuck is in net. He'll commit and try to get it away, and will succeed in doing so 47 seconds into OT. Off the corner wall again. Tyrants trying to get something done to force a game 5. Their season on the line here as the 3 seed, trying to avoid the upset to the 6-seeded Wizards. Smurf, the demo. in front. Shot towards the net is inaccurate, but it doesn't matter. They get it far away from their net. Snoop in a spot where he might be able to doink it. Doesn't have a lot of boost, but the Wizards don't know that. That's a bounce in front. Kato there, and that's going to be taken aside, reversed up the back wall, up the side wall by the Tyrants, and it'll be back to midfield once more as they take possession again.
Watching the Wizards rotate on defense right now, it feels like the pressure might be starting to mount on those players there as Tuck has been lunging into a couple of spots that pull it out of position. Snoop from the parking lot looking for it. Tuck takes it off the backboard and away. An important touch, but pressure not gone yet for the Wizards.
Tyrants there trying to make something happen. Off the corner wall, it'll bounce. Doesn't have any help in the middle as Kato's all the way back for boost. Kato grabs boost in the corner. He'll be responsible for getting this clear and fails to do so. That's dangerous, and he keeps it out of frame, does Snoop. Kato with a real nice bump. Back to midfield he goes. Chance in the middle. That's a lateral bounce. Snoop taking the pass. Off the back wall it goes, and a nice touch by Tuck. Back top
Huge
of the box.
Bump.
Nice bump indeed. Kato there, gets it up and over one. This is off the scoreboard, and we have Game 5 coming up in just a moment.
What a play by the Tyrants in net as Snoop takes Smurf, pushes him into a tougher spot, Tuck's over-rotated, circles on the line, and we go on to Game 5.
Another classic on the horizon. These two teams have had very little separation from the word go. And again, the Tyrants survive when the odds are stacked against. And it seems like even though they are the higher seeded team, they feel like the underdogs in this series, but they continue to scratch and claw. They're one of the scrappier teams we've seen so far in these playoffs.
Absolutely. Even though this one really coming down to a defensive masterclass by the Tyrants. 8 saves. 5 of them off of Snoop there, as the Wizards threw everything, the kitchen sink, the magic hat, the wand, everything that they could find to try and find a way through, and they were denied time and again by Snoop and Kato on those goal lines. But this series really doesn't separate these teams by anything. We talked about it coming in as the Wizards against Snoop, but realistically, Kato has been everywhere they've needed to be to pick up every chance that the Tyrants have had on that doorstep of the Wizards' net and put through.
He's played a wonderful support role from the word go, has Kato, and he's been a great complement to Snoop's mechanical ability. Snoop's had to bail him out on a couple of occasions, but has been able to do so pretty regularly without much issue. Now the Tyrants, 1 win away from moving in to the next round, as are the Wizards. We come in to a magical moment in MLE Playoff Laureates Game 5, as MLE history going to be written within the next 5 minutes of game time. Ready to go again. Game 5, the all-deciding game in this series. One of these teams going to be playing in the second weekend of playoff. One of these teams are going to be watching the second weekend of playoffs. Chance for the Wizards in their own end. Just Tuck gets bumped. Good job recovering as the Tyrants trying to mount the pressure again. Great touch off the spoiler towards the net, and a nice save at the last second by Smurf to get it away from his own goal line. 25 seconds in. That's back towards the net. Handled easily by Just Tuck. That'll be off the corner wall. Kato, up off the ceiling. It'll eventually come down, but right onto the nose of Smurf as they get it back to midfield. They're content to give possession back for the time being. Tyrants trying to work it out here. The flick is a decent one, but it gets sent back from whence it came. Hard bounce off the corner. Gonna bounce in front. Angled shot on net, and Just Tuck has the first strike for the Wizards in a decisive Game 5.
Kato in a tough spot, not enough boost to really attack that ball, so had to respect the touch by Smurf, but unfortunately got positioned a little bit underneath the bounce of that ball. Tuck had a better read on it, got the shot in as Snoop not able to rotate in time. Wizards, first strike, Game 5.
Here we go. Game 5 starts out with a Wizards 1-0 lead. Tyrants trying to get it right back towards the net that's off the nose of Smurf, who keeps it away. Kato's still there, but Tuck there in the nick of time. Reminder, plenty of plays already. Might be the MLE play of the week. Grab it, clip it, send it. Hashtag MLEPOTW. Chance! Oh, it's off the post. And the Tyrants nearly added another one there. 1-0 lead it remains for the Wizards, but it was that close to being even. 3:41 to go. Angled play, goalward, not going to happen. Kato going to try to give this chase on the sidewall. Wizards with a nice challenge, not giving any space and no easy exits. This is going to be hard off the back. Dropped in front, top of the box, and Kato again right there to take it away and keep the Wizards away from getting a 2-goal lead.
The Tyrants right now almost fighting themselves a little bit after that first goal win, and they've been trying to get themselves boosts as the Wizards really doing a good job again of managing the offense. And as I say that, finally a breakout for the Tyrants there. Kato diving in to take away the boost of the Wizards. Smurf looking to avoid the bump, somehow gets a spoiler to that as it almost caught one hop and went over the line.
Just about caught Smurf sleeping there. That was very, very close. Kato's going to put this up the ramp. Going to be a tough touch defensively as they have to use all their boost to Smurf to get this ball away from net. Just Tuck helps him out and gets it back to midfield and a little bit farther in as the Tyrants again have possession. They've gone through cycles, both these teams have, of giving possession to the opposite team. Right now it's the Wizards' turn to try to weather the storm. 2:38 to go. Just closing in on halftime. Attempted flick, not in time as Just Tuck loses the ball. Attempted a Cuxer pinch is going to go by the wayside for Kato. Kato back into the middle. Snoop is there, but he'll have to give chase as this ball is cleared away by Smurf again in a 1-0 game where the Tyrants still need to score to try to get themselves level. Off the ceiling. Chance. Nose. Scores! Smurf with an absolutely clutch ceiling shot, and it's a 2-goal lead for the Wizards.
Kato lunging at that ball, didn't give it a lot of respect for the ceiling shot out of Smurf. Unfortunately for Snoop, trusting in the teammate a little bit too much. That goal massive for the Wizards as they extend the lead to 2.
That insane. We are ready to go, though. Tyrants need a goal. They might get a Plinko shot here off the back. It's Kato towards the net, and they get one back right away with 2:10 left.
Who else but Kato on the doorstep to pick up the pieces after the scramble. Snoop with a great touch, gets tucked to bait on that one, and Kato just has to put it goalward. Does so with a little bit of a roll, and Smurf helpless to stop it. Tyrants in the game.
Here we go. Only one goal separates them and the Wizards at this point. We'll see what they have in front of them. Back in the Tyrants' end we go. Left wing side. Smurf on net. It's going to be a nice takeaway off the nose. Up off the ceiling. Tried to read it. Didn't quite work out. Up in the air is going to be Kato. Kato doesn't quite have the boost to get there. And this will be sent back hard right at Snoop, who has the catch, and he'll work on the release. Looking to turn it. Play into the middle, gets it past 1, tries to get it past 2. Kato a little bit too far back, can't take advantage of it. Back to midfield we go. Just Tuck towards the net. Oh, and it's a nice save by Snoop as well. With 100 seconds left in either of these teams' season, it could be one or the other at this point in a 2-1 contest. That's a touch off the nose. Good demo as well. Tuck puts it in a tough spot. That's a shot. It's going to find its way home to tie the game up with 1:28 to go.
What a massive demo by Snoop as he goes through Smurf at the back post. Tuck is helpless to just tip that away right down to Kato. Again, on the doorstep where you need to be in that role. Kato makes it 2-2.
Just another reason why this is what the MLE playoffs are made of. Crazy, crazy good series all day, and it continues on as these two teams are no closer to choosing a winner. 80 seconds left. The Wizards are going to take the lead, though. With 1:19 to go, it's 3-2.
Off these kickoffs, it's been so scrambly, but the Tyrants, unfortunately, Snoop tracking back, Kato tracking forward, run into one another in front of Smurf without a recovery there. Just Tuck, open net to put it home. That one, if that's the winner, man, the Tyrants are going to feel that.
Still plenty of time, though. 79 seconds all told. Chance for the Wizards to try to add one more here. This will be off the nose. Smurf down to Snoop. Snoop takes that one away. Snoop going to try to turn this, though. Gets it around 1. That's hard off the back, getting it cleared away as Smurf for the time being. Snoop's still there, as is Kato. Kato tries to jump on it. Now Snoop has to try to bail him out and does, as this is going to bounce off the ceiling. Chance for Snoop. Tried to jump at this. This is going to go ceiling to wall on the other side. Tyrant's still there. Hard off the back, it'll hit the O on the scoreboard. Chance for Smurf on the catch. He's going to try to bring this back with him. The flick is hard off the backboard. It's going to eventually drop off, and it's going to go off the nose again. Kato loses possession, though, as the Wizards try to keep it deep in the pink end. Chance off the corner wall. In front. Hard off, or not even hard, it's a change up off the back wall, and the Wizards take possession with just 30 ticks left in what could be the Tyrants season. That's a great pinch. Hard off the corner, put left wing side. Kato tries to follow it and does so, trying to force the issue as Just Tuck gets a long clear back to midfield. 15 seconds to go. Sidewall. Smurf. Up and over, off the nose, Just Tuck in a defensive spot for the possibility of the Tyrants season. Off of the right wing side, that's going to be a miss. Kato can't hit it, and the Wizards are going to potentially, as long as this hits the ground, and it will, they move on to the second round and clinch the 6-3 upset over these 3-seeded Tyrants. What a series, Jay, down to the last word.
The Wizards and the Tyrants left it all on the pitch in this series as the defensive stand by Smurf and Tuck in that last game. 8 shots by the Tyrants, 2 past them, but 6 saves out of the Wizards, 4 of them by Smurf themselves, is enough to see them through in what really was the type of series that, despite being a 3 versus 60, didn't have a lot between the teams. We saw that right from game 1, that 2-1 decision between the Wizards. It really just never stopped from that point. It was full octane, full throttle, back and forth, heavyweight clash that, I mean, I don't have words. It's another one of those instant classics, pretty much.
It has to be. And the thing is that we expected a little bit of a feeling out process in game 1. We got a little bit of that, but it did not last long. You saw low-scoring games in game 1 and game 2, and then all of a sudden a switch flipped, and defense just went out the window entirely. We saw a combined probably 30 goals in the last 3 games of this series, which is a massive number given what these players were doing. The ceiling shot at the end by Smurf was nasty. Just a lot of really, really crazy plays from Word 1 to Word 1001 in this series. It was a lot of fun to see, a lot of fun to cast, and I'm sure it was a lot of fun to play. My heart goes out to the Tyrants, who really gave it their all, no doubt, as they go home. They'll be watching the second week in the playoffs from the spectator seat.
Yeah, 2 tough losses for the Tyrants franchise going into this one. They're not completely out yet, as Foundation League will take to the field next week. They get a bye in the first weekend of the playoffs due to having fewer teams across the league. Only 16 of the 32 franchises with Foundation League teams. So not out and done yet by the Tyrants, but 2 of their teams going out and coming in as division champions as well. I think that's got to sting a little bit for the franchise, and I think they'll start to channel a lot of that disappointment into the Foundation League team, preparing for next week as they get their playoff set to go in the conference semifinals. We're just waiting on the signal from our production for the interview. I believe it's going to be Smurf from the Wizards who will be joining us momentarily here, as we're just trying to plug everything in, make sure everything's working. But let's take a quick look ahead, Curtis, to the next series up on the docket here as I pull my notes up ahead. In the nightcap for this one here, the 5th-seeded Outlaws going to face the 4th-seeded Tropic Division champion in the Sharks. That one, from what I've seen out of the Outlaws this season, I'm expecting another very strong performance out of all the teams. Really looking at Lottie Lettuce and Trash Fan on either side of the field to be putting up a huge performance there. Both of those players over 6.0 MVPR, which is, you know, it's a pretty much the above average kind of thing. Most players ending up around like 4.55 on average. So seeing players at 6.0 throughout the course of the regular season, a big testament to essentially to pretty much how good or how influential they can be in terms of putting up the numbers in the critical stats like goals, assists, and saves. It's
been a lot of fun to see a lot of these teams come in, especially with series like that. And you mentioned the stats of these 2 teams coming up. That is a 4-5 matchup, which on paper should be one of the closer ones we've seen, but it's hard to see that series being closer than the 2 we've seen tonight in the both the Champions League and this one we just saw in the Premier League. Hopefully it lives up to the billing. It should be a lot of fun to see that particular matchup get going. A couple news and notes while we wait to see if Smurf can get in here. We are for those that are new to the community, I know there's a lot of you in here. Definitely grab the follow button for the stream and follow MLE Esports. Also, MLE Esports GG2, which is the B stream. We use that on occasion when we have too many series in time slots to fill up the first stream. So definitely get follows on both of those channels. MLE Esports GG on Twitter as well. Definitely give that a heads up as you'll see announcements go through from programming notes to roster moves, things like that. A lot of fun had on both of those channels. Couple things in regards to our friends, partners over at Balls Guarana. They've been with us since, I believe, season 7, if not earlier. They are one of our feature sponsors, and they have a really, really tasty energy soda that you ought to try. Balls Guarana, balls.com is where you go. Free shipping when you use code MLE at checkout. My personal favorite, the root beer flavor. Definitely check that one out, but they have a whole bunch of other ones that may tickle your fancy. And then PowerA, they make very good, dependable controllers at a very reasonable price. Definitely check them out, powera.com, for info on that. Looking at production to see if we have these guys ready to go. Do you see any notes?
We do. We are ready to go here. So
okay.
Joining us momentarily from the Wizards, from the winning team, it will be Smurf, and I'm looking forward personally to see what the thoughts are, especially with the way that the Tyrants came back there in Game 5, and just waiting for the audio to go through here, but I think, Curtis, between you and I here, there's Smurf. Smurf, can you hear us there?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Is that a ferret?
It is.
Okay, so first question of the interview, obvious now. What's the ferret's name?
Ellie.
Ellie. Well, Ellie just saw you take a fantastic series, and congrats to you on it. Did you guys have a particular switch that flipped between games really 3 and 5? Game 1 and 2 kind of low scoring, then something happened, and all of a sudden everybody just turned up the gas. Did you guys say something to each other? Did your mentality change going into Game 3?
I think we just, like, I don't know, we were letting them control the pace the first couple of games. I think we were playing a little slower, and, like, I know Tuck and I can play faster than that, so we decided to play our own speed, and we started doing better.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, sorry to cut you off, Curtis, but I'm thinking that sometimes the speed was kind of letting you guys down. There were a couple of points in some of those games where Tuck felt like it was almost like he was playing a little bit too fast and kind of coming over the top of you at times, and a lot of those were leading to the Tyrants getting pressure on there. So what were the adjustments that you guys were making to kind of dial those down a little bit and find the success you were needing?
Yeah, we just needed to trust each other a little bit more, which came later. We were just figuring it out as we went, I think.
Did you guys have a bit of a rallying cry going into that series? The fact that your other league's affiliate trounced the Tyrants in the Academy League earlier. Did you guys have a bit of a rallying cry to go 2-0, or was that really talked about at all?
No, I didn't even know. I didn't hear anything about it. I just got home right before I was at work all day, so I just got home right before the game started. So I didn't even hear about it.
Not a lot of warm up for you then.
No, not
Jake,
at all.
Right. I guess final thoughts. Coming in with the upset as the 6th seed, you guys get to play the winner of you guys actually, as the lower seed now, you will face the top seed in Premier League in the next round. So is that another upset special in the making? Were you guys looking forward to that kind of matchup, or were you hoping that maybe somebody else could do you a favor earlier on and you get to play the 4-5 winner?
No, we're confident. We're really confident going into it. I think we're ready for sure.
Awesome. Smurf, appreciate the time. Thank you for hanging out with us, and congrats on the win. Good luck the rest of the way in the Premier League playoffs. Okay.
That was Smurf of the Wizards with the winners interview here on the first weekend, day number 2 of the MLE playoffs. But we're going to go to a quick break here, get the last one of the night set up. It's the not the Outlaws. I am a silly man. No, it is the Outlaws. It is the Outlaws, as they're the third of 3 teams on the weekend playing, looking to get through the Tropic Division champion in the Sharks. You don't want to miss this. You're watching the MLE playoffs live on Twitch.tv. Stay with us.